A solar-powered watch that syncs with your smartphone? Let's have a look. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at a watch this time. I'm looking at this. This is the Casio Edifice ECB900DB-1A. That is a real mouthful, but suffice to say, it's a pretty nice watch. Now, it's solar powered, so as long as you have it in the sun for a little bit each day, you're gonna be good. It's water resistant to 100 meters. It has 1/1000th of a second stopwatch, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be more sophisticated and faster and more accurate than your finger will. And it has this crazy 200 lap memory. That is a lot of laps to store in your little tiny watch, right? It also has 300 world time cities from which you can choose for your second display, so you can see 2 times at once. It also has a super illuminator light, which you push and it lights up the whole front. You can actually set from the app, you can actually set it so when it's nighttime, if you simply tilt the watch up to look at it, it'll light up. But by default, that's not turned on. And my guess is that's because in the middle of the night, you probably don't want it because you like rolled over and moved your wrist. You don't want to suddenly have this thing beaming into your face, but you can turn it on if you want. And it also supports 5 different alarms, even repeating alarms. So if you want to have this watch remind you every morning at 6:30, 6:40, 6:50, and 7 a.m., it is up for the task. Now, me, I don't really want my watch doing that, so I'm going to be perfectly good without that feature, but I don't know. Here's the thing that's cool though, is that it uses the new Edifice Connected app. This is new. They used to have a Casio Plus app, and this new app has a similar sort of design, but the connectivity is much better. So this thing connects basically instantly, if you know the secret. And here's the thing, is that this humble little watch actually has 6 different modes, and you have to be in the right mode to connect via Bluetooth. I didn't know that when I started, and I struggled for a while until I finally got to the instructions, and I was reading. It's this huge sheet you open up. It's in like, I don't know, 75 different languages, possible exaggeration there. But once I realized it was in multiple modes, then I learned, you have to be in timekeeping mode to be able to sync via Bluetooth. So the 6 modes are timekeeping, stopwatch, recall, world time, alarm, and timer mode. So get into the right mode, and then you push this button on the side just once, and boom, within 2 or 3 seconds, you are rocking and rolling with your phone app. And here's a couple of screens from the app so you can see. It's pretty darn easy to go and set your alarms from the app, and you can pick a city for world time. So that's really nice. But check this out. Look how many different settings you have. So you can really fine tune the way the watch works for your needs, which is great. And you don't have to do it by like triple pushing and then double pushing and then waiting for this to happen. You can do the whole thing in the app, and that's very nice. And it stays connected until you either disconnect it or 5 minutes of inactivity happen, and you can adjust that time too. So that's really great. Now, my favorite thing of these sort of watches that synchronize with your phone though is when you're traveling. So I land at another airport and then I literally watch my watch, and you'll see the hand will actually spin to match the local time. As soon as your phone actually figures out what the local time is and you turn Bluetooth on, because you should be in airplane mode on an airplane, of course, then your watch will instantly synchronize. It's very nice. Now, I've talked about the watch, but let's have a little bit of a close-up so you can see some of the features. It's a very, very nice design, and I have to say I really like the red highlights. I think it's just a nice, different sort of color, and you know, it's a classic Casio steel or stainless steel band. I've had a little bit of a problem getting it to be the perfect fit for me because it's pretty thick as these watches go. There's a lot of circuitry in here and such, so you know, this might be one where you're taking a link out, putting a link back in, really trying to fine tune it to get it to be just the perfect size for you. And you can see once it's on, it's the way I have it fit. It's actually nice and snug, and it's very easy to work with. I'm a big fan of the whole Edifice line, and this is just another great addition to the line. So before I tell you the price, which of course is super relevant, you're going to really like the price. But before I do that, let me ask you if you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate when you do that. Cool. Now, Casio Edifice, I'm gonna have to take a deep breath, ECB900DB-1A, which is the red highlights, or 1B, which is actually more of a black and silver design. You can check them both out. They are $200 at Casio.com. Now, that's a particularly nice price because the last watch I looked in the Edifice line that actually did the syncing with my phone was actually closer to $400. So I really like that they brought the price down. It still looks really, really sharp. And it has all that great functionality. In fact, it's easier to work with. Now, I just want to warn you that these are just coming online. They're just becoming available from Casio. So go to Casio.com and poke around, and if you can't find it, go back in a week. It'll gradually show up on their site. At this moment, as I record this, they're pretty hard to find and basically impossible to buy, but they will be available. And you tell me, isn't that a nice looking watch? Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, that means I will catch you in my next video.